In this video, I will share 3 tips of mine on how to stop caring about what others think of you, because I feel like that is a huge problem within our society, and I feel like many people could do so much more than what they're currently doing, but they are just not doing it because they are scared about what others think of them, which I think is very sad because I feel like many of us have huge potential. Like we have so many opportunities before us, but we just are too scared to choose them because I feel like we're all too scared sometimes, like what others think of us. So I just wanted to give you my 3 tips on how to deal with this issue. Okay, let's just get into it. So the first question I want you to ask yourself is like, why do their opinions matter at all? And usually the answer to this question is right. They don't. Because usually the people that are judging you, they are no way better than what you are. But I feel like oftentimes we just automatically think that, but that is not the case. For example, if someone has judged me, I just usually ask myself, has this person accomplished anything significantly more important than what I have in their lives? And usually the answer is no. Actually, it has always been no. And that's why I don't care what they think of me, because they're in no way a better person than what I am, and I know that. It would be a different scenario if someone like, I don't know, Britney Spears came and judged me, then I would be asking myself, okay, what am I doing wrong? But that hasn't happened yet. So the next thing I want you to do is remember this quote, you only live once. Because I feel like that quote is one of the most important quotes of all time. And I feel like we should all just repeat that once every single morning when we wake up. Because I feel like it reminds us that, we truly do not have infinite lives. And, at the end of the day, think about, imagine yourself when you're 80 years old, sitting in a wheelchair. Do you think you're going to be more proud, for example, if you wanted to do something, if you wanted to reach your goals, but you never reached it because you were too scared about what others thought of you? Or do you think you're going to be more proud of yourself if you have actually done what you did want to do and you didn't care about what other people thought of you, didn't care about their opinions? Which one do you think you're going to be more proud of? Probably the second one. Because, at the end of the day, you should realize as soon as possible that you have to live this life for yourself, not for others. Because if you try to live your life for others, it's gonna be very fucking hard and you will not be happy. But once you realize you just gotta live your life for yourself, you will become instantly happier. And you should just remember that when you're 80 years old, your life is behind you. You should just do the stuff that you think is going to make your 80-year-old proud of you. That's what I try to think of. That's what I try to remind myself every single day. And the last thing I want you to remember is, even if they do judge you, what are they going to do about it? Like, if you see someone judging you, yeah, at first it might make you mad and sad, but at the end of the day, what are they going to do about it? Are they going to beat you up? They're not going to beat you up. Hopefully. If they are, then you gotta do something about that, tell someone. But, that's usually not the case. They're just talking shit about you. They just, judge you. And yeah, they might tell about you to their friends, they might talk shit about you to pretty much everyone they know. But even then, what are all these people gonna do about it? Nothing. It's not like they are gonna do some world friendship is power, move over here and, then your whole life is crushed. Even if they do talk shit about you, then what? What happens after that? Nothing, And then also you gotta remember that you're just a side character in other people's lives. Obviously, in your life, you're gonna be the main character, and everything that happens to you is the biggest thing in the world. But to others, yeah, they might talk shit about you, they might judge you, but they're gonna forget about it 5 seconds later, and you're gonna remember it for the rest of the day. But you really shouldn't, you just gotta remember that to them, you don't really matter as much as you think you do. And when you see someone judging you, you might think okay, that person hates me from the bottom of their heart and they will do nothing but try to destroy my entire life. But that is not the case. They just judge you for a few seconds and then they forgot about it. And you should too, because it really doesn't matter. So yeah, so those were my 3 tips on what to do whenever you feel like someone is judging you, and how to just brush it off, how to not care what others think. If these tips helped you, then comment down below and, you know, press the thumbs up button. And yeah, we'll see in the next video. Bye.